Hello, everyone. I'm waiting for some people to join here. Actually, I'm going to get some more light in here. Hold on. So while I get some more light in here, excuse me, it's early in the morning. It's earlier than I'd normally be in the office, so I'm here at home, and we are doing this, going to come to you with a breaking news update right now, so apologies for the lack of studio setup, but we wanted to do some coverage of this breaking news story, very important story coming out of Russia this morning, and I gotta say I'm stunned. I'm looking at CNN right now, and CNN isn't even covering it. Well, they were covering it for a second. Let me see if I can get this up. Hold on, watch. That's what CNN is covering. There was a big terror attack in the Russian subway, and CNN has Ana Navarro talking about President Trump's critical week of diplomacy. So I'm pretty surprised. Let me just see real quick if the other stations are covering it. I mean, very big news. So I'm just letting some people join the stream right now, and then we're going to begin our breaking news coverage. Well, MSNBC has a commercial now, and Fox News, are they covering it on Fox? Sorry, I'm very interested in seeing if the other media is covering it, because it's pretty weird to me that they're not. Well, I just see commercials on that. Anyways, so we wanted to come on the air and bring you some breaking news coverage of this. And I'm just getting this in myself. Again, I apologize for not being in the studio right now, but I got this at home. I haven't even shaved yet today. But I thought it was important to give you some breaking news coverage. So the reports I've seen so far is this. These explosions happened in the subway, the metro of St. Petersburg. And St. Petersburg is, if you're not familiar, one of the prominent cities of Russia, the second most prominent city after Moscow. St. Petersburg is located in the northwest of Russia. It's across the water from Finland. And at least 10 dead reported so far. 2 explosions I have heard. 2 explosions. At least one explosive device contained shrapnel. That's from Breaking 911. And I am just getting all this information. Wow. So there's a bunch of posts on Conflict News. And Conflict News is a very good breaking news site at Conflicts. And I want to update you with some of the stuff they're saying. Okay, hold on. I'd like to actually show you something if I can. Maybe show you a video here, which I'll do in a second. I'm going to show you a video here. Hold on a second. I'm going to show you a video. This is the moments after the explosion in St. Petersburg, and it's not gory. So, according to this site, Conflict News. So let me try to show you this right now. This was reportedly the moments after the blast in St. Petersburg. So you can see a subway, you can see a car stop, you can see people milling around, you can see some smoke. This is according to Conflict News. And I'm just showing you a clip of their video. And again, this is just some video that we saw on the web just come in recently. I'm guessing the explosion was probably down that corridor as people milling around. So that was, this is again from Conflict News. They're showing us video. This was taken in one of the St. Petersburg metro stations. All right, so that was that video. Let me see if there's any more here. There's some more video here. And again, reportedly, at least 10 dead in twin blasts, reportedly in the St. Petersburg, Russia metro. Very important, and I gotta say, this to me is a giant international story, and look what CNN's doing. CNN is covering Trump and not even reporting on it. It's just stunning to me. This is a giant story. This is a subway blast in Russia. Anyways, let me try to get some more information here for you. So we are recording. Sorry. So that was. I just wanted to get you more information from this feed here. Okay, we have separate blasts happen at 2 different. All right, this is new information that I'm getting in here from the Telegraph UK. Separate blasts happened at 2 different metro stations, 2 different subway stations in St. Petersburg, Russia. So if that's the case, that strongly suggests terrorism, of course. And and that suggests well, I don't know, perhaps multiple suicide blasts, or if it's not multiple suicide blasts, it would have to be somebody who placed the bombs in two places, but very well could be a couple of suicide blasts. And also, let me say this: St. Petersburg. I was actually in St. Petersburg about 20 years ago, but St. Petersburg, you know, it's one of the most prominent Russian cities. It's nice. A lot of tourists are there. The Hermitage Museum is there. It's very pretty, a lot of it. So this is like, you know, it's a very, very, very prominent city in Russia. And it's just, you know, it's just equivalent in terms of majorness to, like, you know, Chicago here or LA here. It is one of the two major Russian cities. So this is pretty big news here. Okay, so I'm getting from the Telegraph News, and they're saying at least 30 people reported injured, at least 10 people dead. Of course, those numbers might go up. I'm trying to get some photos for you. If I can get them, I will. I'm just on the web. Okay, so this is a picture. This is from the Conflict News reporting this. If you look at this picture here, this is of a subway car, and the carriage... I don't want to get that. Hold on. Let me give you this picture here. So that is a picture of a subway car with just the door absolutely blown out. That's right there from Conflict News. This happened. Yeah, somebody's asking when it happened. Sorry, I can't. It's hard for me to get the. I can't really peer at the comments too often because I'm trying to get on the web and get the information here. But this started being reported about 20 minutes ago. So my guess is that it happened a little before that. Just trying to get you updated news from the web here, so excuse me while I'm looking on the side, because I am just getting this information in as soon as I can. I'm going to switch my TV because it's crazy. CNN isn't covering this, as I said. Is MSNBC covering it? No, MSNBC is talking about Congress, or Trump, or whatever, or Gorsuch. So I guess talking about Gorsuch is more important than this huge terrorist incident in a major city that just happened, where multiple people died, involved subway explosions. So I guess mainstream media doesn't want to cover it. They don't think it's important. Let's see, is Fox covering it? I'm going to leave it on Fox for a second and see if they're covering it. I'm pretty flabbergasted that the mainstream media is not covering this. I mean, I know CNN had a few minutes on it, but that was 10 minutes ago and they haven't covered it since. So pretty stunning to me. We are covering multiple explosions reportedly in the St. Petersburg subway. St. Petersburg, major city of Russia. At least 10 dead. Update here from Breaking 911. Emergency services close all metro stations in St. Petersburg. So all subway stations in St. Petersburg are now closed. I want to get to you St. Petersburg population if I can get it, and just give you background. St. Petersburg, the population of St. Petersburg, 5 million people. The population of St. Petersburg. It is one of the two major cities in Russia. We have multiple deaths. Reportedly now 2 different subway explosions. Let's see here if I can find more information on this. Okay, this is from News Executive. Multiple casualties. Russian President Putin, wow, this seems significant to me. News Executive reports Russian President Putin, who's visiting St. Petersburg, says authorities are exploring possible cause of the explosion, including terrorism. So I'm getting it reported that President Putin was visiting St. Petersburg when this happened. To me, that seems highly significant, that if this is a terror attack, it's timed for when Russian President Putin visits St. Petersburg. Now, some background here. Russia has been involved in Syria and the Middle East. They got involved, and part of what they're doing there is fighting ISIS. And fighting at the same time, some people claim that Russia, when they sent a lot of troops to Syria and said they were fighting ISIS, they were actually fighting the Syrian rebels and propping up Assad and not really fighting ISIS as much as they said they were. But regardless, they are there nominally taking action against ISIS. We could argue about how much they are, and I don't have the information on that. But we had about a year ago, I believe, there was a Russian civilian aircraft that was blown up, and commonly that was attributed to Islamic terrorists as a response to Russian involvement against ISIS. So a possibility certainly is that this would be in response to Russian involvement in the Middle East against ISIS. But we don't know yet. That is at least a possibility. But fascinating to me that Russian President Putin was visiting St. Petersburg when this happened, and that seems to me. It could be a coincidence, but in these cases, often the particular places are chosen for symbolic significance, and that would certainly fit with some past terrorist incidents where people were visiting certain places and an explosion occurred there. Let's see. And you have to wonder also, because it's Russia, how open will the news flow be from there? Because Russia maintains a very tight control in their media. For example, when these big demonstrations... Oh, by the way, even Fox News, what are they covering now? Fox News has Chipper Jones, a former Atlanta baseball player, on, and they're not covering this. So good luck watching the American mainstream media and trying to get coverage of this important event. I'm pretty flabbergasted right now. I'm trying to just have it on in the background so I can see if they show any video or something like that. And they're all the mainstream media news stations aren't covering this in America. I don't understand it. And CNN's talking about Trump. I have to turn it to BBC News for a second to see if they're covering it. Maybe at least they'll cover it so I can see if there's anything covering in. Yes, of course. So BBC News America, of course, is covering this giant news. They're covering it, but good luck trying to get coverage on CNN or MSNBC or Fox News. Let me just editorialize for a second. It stuns me once in a while when the mainstream media of the U.S. doesn't cover this stuff, and it's like I wonder, are like the people who work there too stupid to realize how important this is? Like they don't understand, no, that's a really important story, that there's this major explosion, 2 explosions in the subway in St. Petersburg. Or do they just think Americans don't care about that and they just care about Washington and Trump more than the St. Petersburg explosion in Russia on a subway that just happened? I don't know. I'm pretty shocked by it. I think it's pretty lame and, it's like a abandonment of their journalistic duties. But okay, let me check my Twitter here and see. Let's see if we can get you more information. Once again, we are covering right now. This morning, recently, I want to say in the last hour, there were multiple explosions on the Russian subway in the city of St. Petersburg, one of the 2 prominent Russian cities. Russian government itself is now reporting it. 50 people are injured, and I've heard reports of 10 dead. Again, I want to emphasize that point that I'm not sure how open the flow of information will be, given that it's Russian, they control the media. And so, for example, a couple weeks ago, there were these really big protests all across Russia, and the state television station there hardly reported on them at all. So we'll see. The information we're getting, we're trying to get it. I'm trying to look on the web, and obviously I'm not just going to get it from Russian government sources. So I'm just giving you what I have, and I apologize. I keep checking the internet to see if there's more information here. Okay, good. So, I should see if there's a Reddit site devoted to this. Sorry, let me just check real quick. See if I can find Reddit Live, subway explosion, Russia. Because sometimes Reddit will start a live thread and they'll have good updates. But I am seeing if that's happened. Okay. Sorry, if I can get this up, that would be very helpful. If you want to send in any comments, sorry, excuse me while I continue to just, I want to just see if I can get a Reddit site up here, because Reddit can be really good with live updates. So if I get a Reddit site up here, that will help me give you news. Reddit here, Reddit World News. I got that. Here's Reddit here. My apology again, I'm just getting this Reddit site up so I can get you some more updated information here. And let me go Reddit live stream. Okay, I have a Reddit thread up here. Live blog here. Okay, so injured at 50. Entire St. Petersburg metro system is closed. We're seeing 10 people reported dead. And what other information do we have here? I would also like to get you some more photos and show them to you. So let me just do a little web searching. By the way, if you'd like to write me here during the coverage, at Lookner on Twitter is the place to reach me. At Lookner on Twitter, at Lookner. And write me there, direct message me, and I'll try to keep checking my messages on Twitter in addition to sort of doing this all at once, getting your messages and covering the news as well. And this is our live coverage again of the terrorist attack in St. Petersburg. Well, it looks like a terror attack, presumed terrorist attack in St. Petersburg, Russia, on the subway there. We have a message. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Guinevere sent me a link from Sputnik News. I'll look at that in a second. Guinevere, thank you for sending that in to me. Let me just get that up here and see if there's anything new. Guinevere, it's not really, now it's loading. Twins, yeah, they were reporting twin blasts there too. Oh, yeah, Guinevere sent me a live thread. So thank you, Guinevere. I'll keep that up. Again, if you want to write me any questions or comments, write me, direct message me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. I'm just checking to see if you've sent me any questions recently I didn't answer. Okay, I'm caught up there. Let me keep checking. Okay, this is from Breaking 911, recent summary. 10 dead, 50 injured, 2 blasts, all metro stations closed in St. Petersburg. This is very early. I'm guessing we'll see tolls rise. I wish, I'd like to see, and I'll show you this again. This is the one picture I've seen from a subway car there. And this picture here, this was on Conflict News, and that's a subway car reportedly in St. Petersburg where the blast just blew out the doors. So there's that. I'm trying to get you the latest here. Oh, okay. This is a report from Alec Loon. Alec Loon, who at The Guardian in England, he just tweeted this out. I'll show this to you. This is from Alec Loon. Alec Loon tweets out, the main suspected cause of the St. Petersburg subway explosions is a terrorist attack, Putin says. So Putin is reporting this. Alec Loon from The Guardian, who I follow, is reporting that Putin says the main suspected cause is a terrorist attack. Not surprising when you see... Oh, and I'll show you here. This is from BBC News. They're showing some pictures of it now. This is from BBC News. Unlike American TV stations, as of 5 minutes ago, BBC News is covering it. So I'll let you know if we see any video in here. If we get any video in or any more pictures, I am actively searching. I'm doing my best to get all this information out to you. Latest numbers we're seeing, 10 dead, 50 injured. I'm guessing that will go up soon. I'm just guessing, because a lot of times with these explosions it does. Okay, now CNN is back and they're covering it. And on CNN, I can just show you briefly. They're showing some pictures on the right there of, it looks like, a lot of St. Petersburg and a lot of emergency response there. And let me also say, the time in St. Petersburg now is 4 p.m. So I have to imagine, if this happened about an hour ago, that would be roughly 3 p.m. St. Petersburg time. Oh, let me go back to CNN video, because they're showing that footage. Look on the right there. There's that footage of the subway car, and the door is blown out. That's a powerful explosion. Although I will say this, the door is blown out. That metal's really twisted. I can't tell if that explosion happened in the station. There's another shot of it. In the station or in the middle of, while it was riding or something like that. And we have reports of multiple explosions. But totally twisted the metal and blew out the door. Let me show you that photo one more time. I know we've shown it here, but I want to show it to you again. Let me show it to you again. This is the photo here. So that metal is really twisted there. And if the car was crowded, you could see why there'd be so many injuries and deaths from that. Oh yeah, somebody I think online, Kevin Stout, someone is saying online that it looks, at least from the picture, that the door is blown outwards, which suggests that maybe the person or the person with the bomb was on the subway. There's the photo there too. Are we saying that? So yeah, some people were speculating outside. Kevin Stout, I think you're saying this, but maybe other people commenting that it suggests from the photo, and I'm an amateur at this, but the photo seems to suggest that the blast occurred inside the subway car, which, of course, I'm guessing if it occurs inside the subway car, you have concentrated that concentrates the blast, because you have it's a single car. It's not like a huge open space, and also so that would suggest. You're saying RT has a video on their website. This is from John. Said that. John, thank you. It's a good suggestion. Let me check the RT site. Now RT, we should mention, of course, that it is owned by the Russian government, but maybe something like this, the Russian government feels we want to have lots of coverage of this because we feel that it shows, the threat of terrorism. Okay. I'm going to RT's live coverage on I'm not going to show it to you live completely, but I want to go on our website and see what they're covering here. Call this up here, and I will show you if any of these news sources have any footage. Sorry, let me turn that down. And RT, just so you know, RT is reporting on the bomber, I can tell you, Harlick, because I'm watching RT right now, and there's the coverage of it. So, that's the RT coverage. They're showing that right now. Let me go back to RT. I'm seeing some footage. I'm seeing smoke, and we've seen some of these pictures of like a smoky subway and people walking around. We saw that footage before. I'm going to see if I can show you some other footage. I'm kind of getting as much as I can. And once again, CNN is showing that photo right now of the bomb supposedly blowing out the door of the subway. Let me take a second here and try to get you some more information. Information coming in kind of slowly on this. We have 10 dead and 50 injured. That's the numbers I've seen reported on this multiple subway explosions in St. Petersburg. All metro stations, all subway stations in St. Petersburg are closed right now, and President Putin is saying that terrorism is strongly suspected in this. If you have links, maybe you have links of footage that you think is good, or you have comments or questions on this, as I'm covering this, I will also be checking your comments and things you send me. Go to @Lookner on Twitter. That's the best place to reach me, @Lookner on Twitter. Direct message me there. Hold on one sec. I will just call up here my email just to make sure I'm not getting any emails. We have a message here. Gwen writes in, can you ask about RT News? So I just said RT News is covering it. I have it up here. Let's see. Oh, there's some photos here. Let's see if I have any new photos for you. This photo is one we're seeing a lot, but I'll show it to you here, just in case you're just tuning in. That photo right there of a subway car that's been reported a lot, sent out a lot this morning. Looks like a very big blast on that, and the way the metal is, as some people in the chat room have suggested, certainly suggests that the explosion was going outward from the car. Let me see if I can get you more here. I am just trying to get you as much as I can going on the web here. I have some other pictures here. Are these new or not? No, we saw those already. That picture we hadn't seen yet. This looks like a still for some video footage. That's that car. Again, the explosion appearing to go out. That one on the left door is like blown off. You have to wonder if this was this bombs, or was it maybe suicide bombers who boarded the trains at these stations? I am trying to get you the latest here. There's another site I want to look at, which is Live Leak. Live Leak is a site. Now, they're like the site that to me is known for showing like any kind of graphic photos or footage. I won't show it to you without actually looking at it on their site first. But they are good about, getting this stuff out there. Let's see, Live Leak. Okay, so I will not show it here because it's graphic, but Live Leak has footage of a bunch of bodies lying in a subway station. And if you go to liveleak.com, that's there. I could show you this photo. No, I can't. So there's a couple photos on LiveLeak of, I showed you before that picture of the subway car. Let me show you that one again, so you can know what I'm talking about. So there's this subway car with the door blown out. Okay, now I showed you before this subway car, okay? On liveleak.com, there's a photo, a wider shot, which is just below, it's a wider shot of this, and there's numerous bodies on the ground of the subway platform outside of this subway car and people tending to them. I will not show you that because it's kind of bloody and I don't want to do that. I only want to, you can look at it if you want to, but if you go to liveleak.com, they have a photo of a number of people lying on the ground, injured or dead or something, bloody, being tended to right outside of this subway car on the platform. Also, they have another shot of a subway platform in Russia where a number of people are lying and their bodies are on the ground, and some of them are being tended to and it's bloody, and I can't show you that either because it's bloody and I don't want to offend you if you don't want to see it. So, but liveleak.com has a couple of photos, just so you know, and I think it's important to know where this information is so you can get it. Also, I personally like to see the information because I think it's important to see the damage and the terror and the awfulness that these explosions and these terror attacks cause. So I will keep it. Let's see what else LiveLeak is showing here. Do they have new footage here? Okay, hold on. I'm looking at some footage on LiveLeak and I want to see if I can show it to you. That if it's clean. All right, that seems good so far. Okay, I'm going to show you some footage. So this is not bloody, but there's a little clip on LiveLeak right now of sorry. There's a clip on LiveLeak of that subway car, but some video from it, not from inside the subway car, but just the outside of the car. So this is some video. This is not bloody. I checked it already. It's been checked by me. But here's the car. Here's the car. So that's the subway car. This is looks, and there's some people on the subway train. They're looking inside the car. Wow, that's kind of right after. Look at all the people. They're coming out of the car and they're looking inside. So that looked right after. I want to show that one more time. That's that subway car we've been seeing pictures of. And this looks like it's just after the explosion. There's people looking upset. This is from LiveLeak again. And there's people getting off the car, jumping off that other car, and there's people walking in. And once again, I'm not going to show it, but LiveLeak does have photos of people on the ground, apparently hurt or killed right outside that subway platform. So go to liveleak.com if you want to see those photos. I am just trying to get you the latest here from these subway. Now, again, I'm pretty stunned here because this is just coming in this news, happened like an hour or so. Twin blasts on the St. Petersburg subway. St. Petersburg, one of the two biggest cities in Moscow, in Russia, very important city. Looks like terrorism. Putin is saying it looks like terrorism. 10 dead, reportedly, at least so far, 50 injured. And what do we have on CNN? We have, Gorsuch News. Okay, fine. So I guess I'm going to have to turn it to BBC News to actually get some coverage of this. Is Fox News covering it? Fox News has a commercial. I'll leave it on Fox News for a second. Trying to get you the latest here. Let me check my other sources. This is being reported by B&O News. They're saying the blast caused by an explosive device. See if I can get you more here. No statement by the White House yet that I've seen. I've seen no statement from the White House, from President Trump, from the Department of State. I have to imagine there will be a statement soon. Also, there's going to be a press briefing today with Sean Spicer. So I'd have to imagine we'll see comments from both President Trump and Sean Spicer will be asked about that during the press briefing. Let's see if I can find any more information here. It's coming in slowly, I have to say. Also, I want to see if you've sent me messages. If you want to write me, or you want to send any comments in, go to my Twitter at @Lookner, at LOOKNER. Also, happy, like, if you want to send me links, say you find a good site with coverage that you think has good, photos, or not gory photos, or just, but just news updates, let me know. That'd be great. And Guinevere just sent me a site with a photo on it that I think I can show you. Yeah, this is clean. We've seen that photo before of the subway car. This is a wider shot there. There's no bodies in this shot, but there's some destruction there. That's from the Express, in UK site Express. So we have that subway car, and as I said before, I saw a picture maybe from that site, which was earlier, which was lots of bodies lying outside of that subway car. So maybe they're all gone by now. Thank you, Gwen, for sending that in to me, that site. Let's see, can I find some more? I'd love if there was a Reddit live page, and there doesn't seem to be yet. So let me check that again. Oh, I have. Did I find it for you? Yes. There is a Reddit live. Update. Let's see. Oh, good. I have the Reddit live thread. So if you want to find, I won't read you the whole thing, but if you there's a Reddit Russia St. Petersburg metro explosion thread. It's a good. I'm going to send them. I'm going to see if I can go to the chat room and send the link and post this link here. Let me help you by going to the chat room. Sorry, everyone. I'm going to post this myself. No, I don't want to log out, I don't think, here. Let's see, sign out. Sorry, folks. I'm going into the chat room so I can post the... I'm going into the chat room so I can post the link of the Reddit live thread. Reddit live threads are very good when there's a breaking news story happening. Reddit live threads are very good for they aggregate all the latest information on it. So, hold on. I'm just getting into our. Sorry, it's taking me a second to post this. Okay, now I am in. I'm going to post this link in a second. You'll see it. Here it is. Reddit live news thread. And there's the link. So I just posted the link to the Reddit live news thread. And if you click on that link, and maybe moderators, if you want to, you can post it in 5 minutes. You can post it again. That'd be awesome. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, moderators, for all your hard work moderating the chat room while we cover the news here. That Reddit live thread is a fantastic thread where they take all the breaking news and they put it on one site. So I'd recommend, if you want to see more coverage, you go to the site. And I'd especially recommend you stick with our coverage here, because the mainstream media in America is covering Trump and covering Congress and not covering this breaking news, which is still going on. That was Fox. I'm pretty sure CNN's still not covering it. Yeah, CNN is interviewing Orrin Hatch and talking about Gorsuch. So I guess the American breaking news thinks that people in America are so focused on America and don't care at all about terrorism internationally that they don't want to see coverage of this. So now I have to go to BBC News because the American mainstream media won't cover this. Just seems ridiculous that they're not. I'm sorry, I'm checking on my TV and seeing if they have any more updates. Okay, so let's see. Now, let me repeat again. If you want to open another window besides this one online and get coverage, there's a great Reddit live stream. I just posted it on the chat room. I'll post it one more time. Reddit live thread with updates. And I'm posting it now in the chat room. Just posted it. So I would suggest pulling that up in a window too, because that has good updates. Okay, let's see now. I'm looking at this coverage here. There were some pictures posted. Wow. Okay. There are a number of pictures posted, and I don't want to show anything bloody, and I don't want to show anything with bodies. But there are pictures. If you go to that Reddit live thread, there's pictures posted, and a number of them with bodies and stuff. Here's a wider shot I can show you. This is of that subway car. There's one right there, and there's people. This looks like right after it happened. Big blast on that subway car. Now, I should tell you again, the 10 dead figure was as of 45 minutes ago. I would be shocked based on past breaking news if it hasn't gone up, but I also am not sure, how open is the Russian government going to be with reporting figures on this. We'll see. That 10 dead, 50 injured had stayed that long for a long time right now, so I'd be surprised if it's not actually higher than that. But we will see what gets reported and what comes out. But there are a lot of pictures on the web right now of bodies on the ground. This is a picture of outside one of the subway stations there. People milling around, ambulances. Yeah, Samo, I think you're talking about how America not covering it gives the wrong impression of American people. Yeah, I mean, I think American people. Look, So I know that, by the way, CNN and MSNBC and Fox, they briefly cut in and they talked about this, but I don't see why they wouldn't have live coverage of this right now, like live streaming coverage of this, or live continuous coverage of this. That's what they would do, if it was in like France or England or something. And I don't know, it's very important to me, and it's like interviewing Orrin Hatch about Gorsuch, I think, can wait for coverage of this. That's just my opinion. I think this is very, very important, and it should be covered live, and they're not covering it live a lot of the time. That's my opinion, but maybe you disagree with me. We have some messages here. Arcadian says, "No, CNN, I want to barf every time I see that fake S*T. I think you're talking about like Gorsuch coverage or Trump coverage. Let's see here if there are more messages here. Andrea O. Thank you, Andrea O. You just sent me a tweet from Breaking NL Live, and that said an unexploded bomb was found in a third subway station in St. Petersburg. So that was Breaking NL Live coverage. That's what they said. Breaking NL Live said an unexploded bomb had been found in a third subway site. So I haven't had that confirmed by any other site, but thank you for sending that in, Andrea O. Appreciate you giving me a heads up about that. Thank you, Aiden. Aiden writes in and says, for those of you watching and for you, Steve, check out RT on YouTube or Twitter. They are Conflict News. Yeah, I already have Conflict News up here. Thank you. I'm going to go back to RT and just see what they're showing now. Yeah, RT right now, they're covering this, and they have that up there right now. That's RT's. And you can pull them up in an alternate window. And I should say, RT is it's owned by the Russian government, but at the same time, I'm not seeing. Wow, now even BBC News. I can't get live TV coverage of this. BBC News isn't even covering it live on TV. CNN isn't covering it anymore live on TV. Ugh, it's so frustrating. So that's what RT is showing right now. Yeah, CNN isn't covering it live. Fox isn't covering it live. Are they? No, they're in a commercial. Let me see if NBC is. No, CNN's covering Trump. This is so important. This is a major terrorist attack in a country lots of Western people do visit there. It's a huge tourist city, and let's see, is MSNBC covering it? No, MSNBC's covering. They're covering Trump, Senator Paul talking healthcare. What's really surprising to me? Here's what's really surprising. If this occurred, not even America, but in London or France or Germany, I guarantee you there would be hours of live coverage and analysis of this on American media, mainstream media news. And because it's in Russia, in one of two Russia's biggest cities, by the way, a lot of tourists go to. Because it's in Russia, they're not covering it, and it's like this could have important ramifications for America. I mean, it does because it involves Russia, but also because. Maybe this suggests that terrorist groups are going to look to attack subways again. And shouldn't American subways be worried? Shouldn't American subways be worried today if this happened in Russia? But the American mainstream media has decided that this is no longer important enough to report on live, which I'm just flabbergasted about. Okay, let me see if I can get you any more information. So Putin says, quote, the attack is a manifestation of terrorist nature. However, no motive has been confirmed by the authorities. Let's see. A senator in Russia was quoted as saying, Senator Andrei Kutepov quoted as saying, it is premature to say this is a terrorist attack. It must establish the investigating authorities, but it looks like it. Okay, we're seeing another report that another bomb was found and did not explode. Wow. So we're seeing multiple reports now, I can't confirm this is true, that there was a third bomb that was found and didn't explode. One thing to point out about that is, if there was a bomb that was found, well, does that suggest it wasn't suicide bombers and it was just bombs? Although, for all you know, they found a suicide vest, or, you know, so or there were two suicide bombers and a bomb, and the bomb didn't explode. But if there were really, I mean, even the fact that there were two explosions suggests high coordination. If there were three, you know, even higher coordination. Let's see here. Yeah. Russia, CNN, the American news has stopped covering this. I can't even have it on in the background because they're not covering it. So, was BBC covering it at least? Just angering to me. I will say, if I was at home and I wasn't working for Right Side Broadcasting, I'd be so angry right now. I'd be searching around for somebody covering this because I think the news is so important. So I'm covering it here because I can't get coverage on my mainstream America news media. Or BBC News. Is this a bias against Russia from Western news? I honestly am saying this. This story, news is breaking on this story. They just had this report about a third bomb may be found. You know, for a third unexploded bomb was found on a third subway stop. For all you know, I'm guessing the authorities are still on alert. They could be trying to find the bombers. Maybe there'll be some shootout with the bombers when they find them. But you wouldn't know that stuff is still going on from the American mainstream media or from BBC News because they've stopped covering this. We're covering it here though because we think it's important. This is a terrorist bombing, apparently, that a couple of blasts in Russian and St. Petersburg subway system, 2 different blasts in 2 different subway stops. 10 people dead, 50 people injured, reported, but that toll has not gone up in a while. I'd be shocked if it didn't go up to more. We have a video somebody sent me. Well, that was not from this. You sent me a link. So Ari Omala, you sent me a link to a story from News Channel 5. Thank you. And Guinevere, you just sent me a tweet with some pictures in it. Let me see if I've seen these pictures before. Yeah, I saw that picture before. I'm not going to show it on the air, Guinevere, because that one was of bodies on the ground. But this one I showed before, but I'll show it again. This is of one of the subway cars, reportedly. And you can see the door blown open by the blast and also a lot of debris on the ground. But there's a picture before this of like that platform just with tons of people injured lying on the platform. But apparently for this photo, they're cleared out. I'm trying to get you some new stuff here. Maybe because it's Russia and the media is a bit more controlled. I mean, it's quite controlled there. It's harder to get stuff coming out. There's less coming out from there than we normally would have with breaking news. How about, let's see, what is this? Oh, this is an interesting shot. This is a shot of a helicopter, I think flying very low over St. Petersburg. So that looks like, I can't tell if that's a military helicopter or like a medical helicopter. It looks maybe military, but that's from the Reddit live stream thread covering this. We have this quote just got posted on Reddit live stream. It says, I am a moderator at St. Petersburg subreddit. This bombing is something that St. Pete hasn't experienced for many years. As the alma mater for many students from all over the world and cultural symbol, it was long considered a no-war zone. Last 2 or 3 years, tourist flow to visit city has increased due to currency drop, and this is a big blow to the image of the friendly city. Not to mention that in June it will be a main city for the World Confederation Cup, a football event that precedes World Cup. There is a big Muslim community that existed for more than 100 years, mostly Tatars or Tatars, that have been cooperative with city in each way imaginable, so there is no local support for terrorism. So this person points out that big tourist city, St. Petersburg. Let's see, is there more information I can get you here? Russian security officials, according to Breaking 911, are reporting that security will be tightened at all critical transport facilities following the St. Petersburg blast. St. Petersburg governor is still saying 10 dead, 50, and we're hearing 50 injured, but that hasn't gone up for a long time. Let's see. There's more information here. I'm just trying to get you more new stuff. And I have to imagine if this was not in Russia, there would be like more footage and videos coming out now, coming out right now. Just very little new information coming out on this. If you want to write me at Twitter, if you have any comments or questions, or if you have any like good links, feel free to go to @Lookner on Twitter, @LOOKNER, and write to me there. Cold Meat Jelly writes, the Daily Mail has lots of pics and videos. So let me check the Daily Mail site. Let me check that site. And somebody else wrote, J. Scott Wisco wrote in, it's late afternoon around 4 p.m. I think it's 4:30 p.m. St. Petersburg time now. So thank you for writing that in. Let me check the Daily Mail. That's a good idea. Sorry, folks, while I call that site up and check them and try to bring you whatever new information we can get here on this. So Daily Mail is reporting that these were nail bombs. According to Daily Mail, these were nail bombs. And another important piece of information, which I'm seeing reported here, which it's worth repeating, President Putin was visiting St. Petersburg when this happens. That seems significant. It's certainly possible that this explosion, this terrorist attack, these explosions were timed for when President Putin was visiting the city. So one of our readers wrote in and said Daily Mail has a lot of photos. They do. If you will go to the Daily Mail UK, they have photos of people getting carried off on stretchers, of a bloody jacket, of some smoky. I can show you these two. This is smoky subway. This is from Daily Mail. I'm not going to show you the bloody ones, but those are two I can show you. Let me see if there's other ones. There's this photos of the subway car, one of the subway cars that was hit. What else? That's another close-up photo of that. That's one of the subway cars that was hit. Reportedly a couple explosions. We're still live here, even though the American mainstream media hasn't wanted to be for much of the last hour. We are, because we think this is important. And we're bringing you this coverage of the explosions in the Moscow, in the St. Petersburg subway. I can show you this. So this is from the Daily Mail site. This is a photo where the bodies are blurred out. But there are a number of photos like this. And this is a photo, I just showed you the subway car. Here's a wider shot. And again, this shows some blurred out people. So that's a photo. You can see that. That's the subway car you've been seeing. The bodies, there's somebody being tended to on the lower right there, but they're blurred out. But I did want to show you that photos like this do exist. And I'm not going to show you the bloody ones, but this is blurred. That's from the Daily Mail website. And so you can see that there were people being tended to right outside that subway car. I won't show it for too long, but I want to show you that because the bodies were blurred and they had that posted. Let's see here if there are any new photos. We have emergency services. We have some people on the outside, which I'm not going to show you. Yeah, I'm looking at a photo now I'm not going to show you this, but it's a photo of that subway car, and there's about 6 people lying motionless outside. Now, what I wonder also is the people lying outside the subway car, were they inside the car, or is it possible that, maybe the subway car pulled in and the explosion went off and people who were waiting to get on got injured or killed, so they could have been hurt too? I'm looking for more photos or information here, doing my best to get you the latest. And again, my apologies for not shaving. I got right out of bed and started covering this, so... Sky News is covering it. Thank you. This is from Douglas Krantz. Douglas Krantz says Sky News is covering it. So let me see if I can go to Sky News and call them up here. Hold on, folks. I'm just going to Sky News and seeing what they're showing. RT is still covering this. If you want more live coverage, you can go to RT, even though that is controlled by the Russian government. At least it is some live coverage of this. Sorry, I'm rearranging my screen now so I can see some different things in my different windows so I can report on them to you. Okay, I want to put RT video over there, and I want to get Sky News video up here and see what Sky News, are they covering it live? Watch live Sky News. Yeah, if you go to Sky News, you can also watch their coverage live. Okay, Sky News is covering it live, so if you want to pull up another window besides this, thank you to the person who wrote that in and gave me a heads up about that. Let me move that to new window. Sorry, folks, I'm just rearranging my screen so I can see some of this coverage in addition to my like Twitter coverage and stuff. So let me give you a second as I redo my screen here. Okay, good. Okay, so now I have, so Sky News and RT, let me just show you briefly here, are both showing, that's, RT is showing, no, that's not, yeah, RT is showing that, Sky News is showing that. So if you want to, RT and Sky News are both, they both have free coverage online. You can watch that in addition to this. They're showing some videos of, but it's kind of the same videos on loop of the aftermath of the explosion, but better that than nothing. Let's see here. And so to repeat, what's the latest so far? About an hour ago, we got reports in of multiple explosions in the St. Petersburg subway. St. Petersburg is one of the two most important cities in Russia, 4.9 million people, big tourist city. Reports of two different explosions on two different subways and two different subway stops, and reports of a third unexploded bomb found at a different subway stop. Reports of 10 dead and 50 injured. However, that number was the number about an hour ago. I'd be shocked if it was not more, but because this is Russia, you can't be sure, are they going to be, right, at least initially or permanently, how forward are they going to be with all the information? I have to imagine that eventually they'll come out with the correct death toll, because if they come out with like a too low death toll, somebody might expose them for being really wrong about this, and it seems like they might want to at least be honest about the death toll eventually. But for now, there's 10 dead and 50 injured. But, if you watch coverage of breaking news, unfortunately, terrorist attacks, the death toll and the injured toll rises. This toll has not changed in the last hour. So I have to imagine it's higher, and it just hasn't been reported yet. If you want to write me with any perhaps links of coverage that you think is good, or comments or questions, go to @Lookner on Twitter. That's where I am on Twitter, @LOOKNER, and you can contact me there, direct message me there. This was just sent to me. Gwen sent to me a report from Sputnik News, and Gwen said Gwen said, Sputnik News says the U.S. Embassy in Russia has extended condolences to the families of those killed and injured by the blasts in St. Petersburg metro. Damascus in Syria condemns the blast in St. Petersburg subway. Syria has condemned the blast in St. Petersburg and has expressed sympathy to those people and the authorities of St. Petersburg. Thank you for sending that in to me, Gwen. Okay, let me search around on the web here and try to update you. Okay, this is from Reddit Live Feed. Reddit says, reports of the second explosion have not been confirmed. Reports of the second explosion have not been confirmed. And that's interesting because the photos we've seen are only from one explosion. So it's possible there was only one explosion here. Possible only one explosion. The second explosion has not been confirmed, and also we haven't even seen any photos of it. So right now, only one explosion confirmed. So could this have been a lone person? And that's important, because widely it was being reported there were two explosions, but also very often with breaking news coverage, initial reports are wrong. Let's see, what else is here that I can get for you? Sorry, I'm yawning because I just woke up right before I came on to cover this. So I'm adjusting here. I might end up eating a banana on the air so I don't die of hunger. Let's see. I'm looking at my Twitter now, trying to bring you anything new update-wise. I'm not even getting many updates yet on Twitter. And there have to be more because, as I've been saying, the death toll and injured toll was 10 killed, 50 injured, was being reported as of an hour ago. So it's got to be higher than this. Let me just show you again. This is the one car. Douglas Krantz says, if you eat one banana, I will have one with you. So I'm going to see. Maybe I can. I also want to do. I would love to take a 1 minute. I'd love to take a 1 minute break and go and run and get a banana. Hold on. And also maybe use the facilities here. Let me see if I can do this. If I can post. Can I do that? Hold on. Is that going to work? That won't work. Sorry, I'm trying to do this so I can take a 1 minute break without interrupting the coverage. So, hold on 1 second here, folks. Let's see if Steve can figure this out. Hold on, is that going to work? That will not work. I'm trying to position this so I can... Not so easy. Let's see. All right, give me, how about if I do it this way? How about if I do it this way? Hold on, turn around. There's a picture of it. So folks, give me 1 minute. I will be right back. Those are all my links up there. Give me 1 minute. I am taking one minute and I'll come right back. Moderators, feel free to tell them the coverage will continue in 1 minute. My apologies for that. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. We're back. And you're welcome, Earl, for saying thank you for the coverage. Hold on, you can join me as I walk over to get my banana. I need a banana or I'm going to die of hunger. So anyways, as I get back to my desk, this is the most exciting part of the live coverage. Here we go. All right, we're back. We are back here. So what BBC News is reporting now is deadly explosion on St. Petersburg Metro. At least 10 people killed, dozens hurt. Reports a bomb with shrapnel is used. I've seen nails. Blast happened between two stations. All other stations have been closed in St. Petersburg. President Putin says all causes are being looked at. I hadn't heard before that the blast was between two stations. That's some new news. If you want to write to me, I'm on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. Give me a shout. Let me know what you're thinking about this. Send me news links if you'd like. Let's see. Anything new here? I'm checking my different sites to see what the updates are. RT is reporting that public transport has been made free for those who need to seek help, aid, or shelter away from the area to be able to do so. There's some more pictures posted here and some, let's see, live updates. See if I can get anything else here for you. If you want video coverage, BBC News, if you get it on cable, is covering it. RT, even though it's run by the Russian government, is covering it, so you can watch that there. And you can stick with us, of course. I'm giving you additional here's a picture that's being commonly covered this morning. That. What I should do, I should eat my banana while I'm showing you the pictures. I'm gonna have to eat I'm gonna have to eat a banana in a second. My apologies. And let's see if I can show you anything else here. Facebook's safety check feature has been enabled for those in the area of St. Petersburg to notify family and friends that they are safe. Oh, let me do this. Sorry. That's better. Witness to RT says people in panic rush to exits trying to escape. All right, I have to take a bite of banana. This is unfortunate, but I came on without eating this morning, and my head's gonna explode. Excuse my eating on camera. I will check Twitter while I eat my banana. I am trying to get you the latest information here. Somebody on Reddit just posted this, and I agree. This isn't even on CNN. They have breaking news when Trump makes a tweet, but not when there is a effing terrorist attack. Here, I agree with that person. Now, CNN has covered it some, but a lot of this morning they have not been covering it. Okay, I think we have a message here. This is from Gwen. Gwen sent me a story and said, senior Russian parliament member believes St. Petersburg explosion is a terrorist attack. That was from Viktor Ozerov. Most likely it's a terrorist attack. All signs point to that, especially the existence of damaging elements in the explosive devices. Yeah, so that's an important point, is that the explosive device that exploded this morning did have like shrapnel in it or nails, which suggests that somebody did actually, this was a intentional terrorist act. Now, another kind of scary thing is this. If this was not a suicide bomber and it was like just a bomb, what's to stop that same person, if they haven't caught them, from going on a subway car or bus tomorrow and putting another one of the bombs there? You know, especially if they clearly know how to make a bomb that works. So it's scary if this was just a bomb and that person or people who made those bombs, this bomb or bombs, are just out there right now. There could be another one. There could be another one of these. There could be another one today. Well, I wonder if Moscow is worried. I'm sure that Moscow, they're worried about their subway. Are they taking any kind of actions? Is the New York subway concerned today about this? Thank you, Gwen. Yeah, Gwen saying Sputnik News has some updates on this. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm just trying to finish my banana so I can get back to my human existence not being starving. Okay. I'm frustrated with the lack of new news on this because, and as I said before, I'm guessing it's because Russia controls their media kind of tightly, because there's clearly more to be reported about this, but the death toll and the injury toll, for example, has been the same for an hour now, which I'm pretty darn sure has gone up. It's higher than it's been reported, which is 10 killed and 50 injured. Also, haven't seen like new videos and footage forever. I have to imagine there are more videos and more footage out there, but I don't know if it's hard to get them out of Russia or whatever, or the media is being, what kind of control is being put on media there. So maybe they're being, who knows? So we'll see. I'm keeping my eye on it for you. Oh my gosh. Cold Meat Jelly writes, Daily Mail reporting terrorist seen throwing backpack onto train before blast. Thank you, Cold Meat Jelly. Let me go to Daily Mail and see what they say. Daily Mail. Where is my Daily Mail site that I had? Here it is. Let's see if I can get that reported as well. So we just had a viewer write in. So dailymail.com, here we go. They're saying, I can't show you this, I can show you this. There's a blurred out picture, a blurred out body. Daily Mail, nail bomb explodes in St. Petersburg Metro. Terrorist seen throwing backpack onto train moments before shrapnel rips through carriages. Wow. So if that's true, that the terrorist threw the backpack onto the train, that's really worrying because, again, that person could be out there. That person could have more backpacks. That person could do it again. Who knows where the person is right now? Now we don't know, even for all you know, that person has been caught, but the media is not reporting it in Russia, so we'll keep our eye on that. Hold on here. Sorry. I apologize. Let's see if we can get you some more news about this. Let me keep looking here. If you want to write to me to repeat, thank you so far. You've sent me a bunch of news tips this morning. You can write or send your comment in at Lookner, at Lookner. Happy to read your comment on the air. Trying to find more coverage here. Sky News is covering it live as well. Not really much new from them. Sky News, I'll show you, just has like a shot of people milling around with some ambulances in St. Petersburg. That's from Sky News. Maybe that's the actual subway stop where this happened. It is interesting though. Look at all the people just kind of standing out there. Ambulances. Okay. Let's see what else we can find here for you. This reported, BBC's Will Vernon reports. Will Vernon says, we want to show you this. Prosecutor's office says St. Petersburg explosion was a terrorist attack. That's from Will Vernon. He's from the BBC. That's an update. Friar Wade says, thanks for covering St. Petersburg subway bombing. I tried to let you know that Fox was covering it, but you couldn't see the YouTube comment feed, just FYI. Thank you, Friar Wade. So I did see the different news networks at certain times break in this morning and spend a few minutes covering this. My big issue was that they didn't give it continuous coverage, like they covered for like 5 minutes and then they go away for a long time. And they didn't feel it was important to stay with this coverage of this morning. So I didn't mean to say they weren't covering it at all, but for a lot of the time they weren't covering it at all. And even when they break in briefly and then stop covering it. So for now, let's see, I'm just looking right now to give you now it's all in commercial. But a lot of the time this morning, they didn't feel it was important to cover. Yeah, MSNBC isn't covering it right now. They're covering financial disclosures of the Trump family or something. So, and then CNN isn't covering it right now. CNN's covering Bill O'Reilly pays $13 million to 5 women. So they don't think it's that important. The mainstream media, they think that Americans don't care about this stuff, I guess. And all they care about is Trump stuff. That's it. And American and Gorsuch and all that stuff. Okay, BBC News is covering. Let's see if I can find more information. Why am I not getting more updates there? Russia's general prosecutor has officially declared today's St. Petersburg subway bombing a terrorist attack. That is from Russia's, reported by Kevin Rothrock. Russia's general prosecutor has officially declared St. Petersburg subway bombing a terrorist attack. Now, I should say again, where's that? I want to show you something else, by the way. Hold on, sorry. Give me 1 second. Let me show you something else. Because I think it's important. Let me show you this again. This is from Daily Mail. So Daily Mail says, nail bomb explodes on St. Petersburg Metro. Terrorist seen throwing backpack onto train moments before shrapnel rips through carriages. Terrorist seen throwing backpack onto train. Now, if that's true that the terrorist threw a backpack onto the train and ran away, that certainly leaves open the possibility that person is still out there. They have more backpacks. They could do this again. So, kind of scary. Maybe the person goes to another country and does it again. Also, you have to wonder, this person did this. This person threw this backpack bomb onto a train. Maybe this person is in communication with other people in different countries, in this country or European countries, and they can say, hey, here's how I built this bomb. It works. You can see it works. Now you go build it. If somebody is able to put a bomb in a backpack and can just walk into it, it's kind of hard to stop them from walking into a subway station and just throwing it somewhere, And another scary thing about this is, if it's just somebody who threw the backpack and wasn't a suicide bomber, presumably, it's less hard for terrorist organizations to find somebody to throw a backpack than it is to blow themselves up. So, if the technology is such that it's now easier to make a backpack bomb, that's obviously, that can do this kind of damage, that's obviously problematic and worrisome. Bugro says, Steve, St. Petersburg, Russia is located in the northwestern side of the country, which borders Finland. It would be easy for a terrorist to escape the region since it borders other countries. See, now there's water between St. Petersburg and Finland, but, Boog, you raised the idea, like, could this person have just gotten on a ferry afterwards or something, right after the explosion? So no word yet on whether there are any suspects in custody or anything. Let's check here. I should repeat again. When this coverage first started, this is over an hour ago, the death toll was 10 and the injured toll was 50. That's the same right now. I have to imagine it's more than that, but no new numbers yet. No statement from the White House yet either. Feel free to write me here, by the way, on Twitter, @Lookner, @LOOKNER. Or direct message me if you want to send in a comment or a news link. Oh, this is some news. Hey, this is news. So this is very interesting to me. This is not. So somebody sent me a link for Wayne Dupree. Somebody sent me a link. Hold on a second. From Wayne Dupree posted, and I went to look at the link, and I find, what do I find here? Wow, that's pretty incredible. Oh, look, I guess I'm blocked from following Wayne Dupree and viewing his tweets. I'm blocked. How about that? I'm blocked from following Wayne Dupree. So give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here, folks. Sorry. I just need I need 1 second to do this. One second. And then we will be back to our coverage. One second. I have to inform someone of this. Okay, so we're covering the Russia terrorist bombing. The Russian government itself has confirmed that it was a terrorist bombing on the St. Petersburg subway. Trying to get you the latest updates on this. Let's see here. Authorities are now saying that 25 persons have been taken to the hospital in varying conditions. Maybe many have burns and shrapnel injuries. So to report again, supposedly this bomb in the subway, bomber bombs, had shrapnel, had nails in them, and so they were constructed to hurt people. Just trying to get you more information here. There's got to be more information out there. Let's see if we can find it. If you have links, send them to me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. A White House official told Sputnik News that the United States is monitoring the situation. The official said the United States authorities do not yet have any information regarding American victims. Hold on one second here. One second. Okay, let's see. What can we find here? I'm looking at the Reddit feed now. Nothing new there. Such a lack of new information. CNN has nothing new. Reddit has nothing new. They're offering free transportation services in St. Petersburg right now. Twitter has nothing new. It's very odd, because if this were like a bombing in like United States or France or England, you would have so much new news, new video, new reporting going on, and now and we just haven't been seeing much new coming out for like the last hour. Also, now this is new news, and this is interesting. I don't know what to make of this. This is on RT. They're saying authorities. They just said authorities report 25 injured, not 50 as before. That was on RT. So it says authorities report are 20 up to 10 dead and 25 injured. Before they were reporting 50 injured, and I don't know what to believe, because on the one hand I want to say Russia would give you the accurate figures, but there is a motivation for them to downplay the number of injured and dead. So I don't know, what about the accuracy of the different figures we're getting about who's injured now. But now Russia, RT is saying 25 reported injured, revised downward from earlier 50. So I don't know what to make of that. That's new. Let's see here. It was a nail bomb I'm seeing reported. That's Daily Mail, a nail bomb. I'm just checking my different sources here. I'm going to check LiveLeak again, because LiveLeak often has new footage. Let's see what LiveLeak has. Even LiveLeak doesn't. So doesn't that seem strange, folks? Like this thing happens, this bombing on a subway, okay? I have to imagine there's, maybe I'm wrong, maybe people just book it out of there, but I would think there's more pictures and video than what we've seen so far, because like nothing new's come out in the last 45 minutes. Is that because there just isn't new pictures and video? Or is it because there's some kind of media control over what is being released out of there? It's hard for me to, it seems like when we see breaking news in other countries, so much more media comes out from there and information comes out. Somebody sent me a link from Gateway Pundit. Is this Nidal who wrote this from me? Hold on, let's see, who sent me this? This is thank you God for Trump sent me. He said, look at this. ISIS spread photo days before, so, Jim Hoft, sorry. Let me check Gateway Pundit for a second. Do they have a story up about this? So Gateway Pundit is running this story. I'll show you. Gateway Pundit says, ISIS spread photo days before St. Petersburg attack. We will burn Russia. That's from Gateway Pundit. And I don't want to show you the site because they have a picture of bodies on their site. But here it is. Well, so I can't speak to the accuracy of this, but I'll show you. It says, this is on Gateway Pundit post this. ISIS warned us days ago by spreading this picture of Russia, St. Petersburg. Although did I see this? I hadn't seen this before, but that was supposedly from a few days ago from ISIS, that poster right there, saying we will burn Russia. That's, if you want to see that, you can go to the Gateway Pundit website, Gateway Pundit. Thank you for the heads up. Thank you God for Trump for about that post. Appreciate it. If you want to send me any more links, help me. Thank you for being helpful in covering this news. You can write me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. Oh, we have a comment from Norway. Norway says, hundreds of Russian citizens have gone to fight against the Russia-backed Assad regime in Syria. Chechens have been well represented in this group fighting for Allah, and they are likely behind this attack as well, like so many times before. Current death toll, according to Norwegian NRK, is 10 dead, another 50 wounded. A Norwegian school class in a Russian-Norwegian exchange program narrowly missed the bombs. They were just departing the neighboring station as the bomb or bombs detonated and the subway was shut down. Thank you, Norway, for the update. Much appreciated. I'm going to have to get some more water soon. Just looking for more news here. Excuse me, I need to grab one thing real quick here. I want to find out more about this Sputnik News site. What is Sputnik News? So they are reporting stuff, but I hadn't heard of them before. Who are they? I'm going to search them real quick. Where's the other live thread? Oh, I have a better Reddit live thread. Hold on. All right, a couple things I'm going to do here. Hold on. First of all, from the Reddit live thread, we have. Oops, sorry. I'm getting this up on my page here so I can show you. Recently closed tabs. I want that. We have a report that current figures stand at 10 dead, 25 injured, including a child. Former Secretary of State and Mayor of London Boris Johnson has expressed his condolences. Public transport is now free for all passengers. Although, if you were in St. Petersburg right now, would you really want to get on public transport? You might be like, I don't want to get on it in case I want to avoid another explosion. I'm going to post. There's another Reddit live thread, which is I think better than the first one. So I'm going to post this in the chat room right now. So I'm going to post. It's a Reddit live stream thread with updates. So Reddit. Another Reddit live news update thread, better than first one, and I'm going to post the link in the chat room right now. If this works. All right, so I just posted in the chat room. Moderators, feel free to retweet that link. That's a thread you can click on, and it's like constantly updating with news from throughout the web, and that they get a handle on. So it's like a content aggregator that they post a lot of links about this. I wanted to look up Sputnik News and see what Sputnik News is. Sputnik News, Wikipedia. Sputnik is a news agency established by the Russian government-controlled blah, blah, blah. So, like RT, we have to keep in mind that Sputnik News is controlled by the Russian government. So, keep that in mind. I'm looking here at some pictures, trying to get you some more information here. Get rid of that. So my computer's a little slow because I'm trying to close some windows here. Okay, better. Let's see if there's anything new out there on this. Marine Le Pen, who's running for president in France, she posted a tweet. By the way, if you want to see what Marine Le Pen posts, there's a site called, there's a Twitter account called Marine in English. And Marine in English takes all of Marine Le Pen's tweets and translates them to English. So Marine Le Pen said, "I extend my deepest condolences to the Russian people after the St. Petersburg blast." And again, I think that's kind of a neat neat account to follow, Marine in English, because it shows all of her tweets converted to English, so you can read them. Marine in English. If you want to write to me again, I'm at Lookner on Twitter, at LOOKNER. LOOKNER. Let me know your thoughts or send me links if you want. News links if you want to help cover the news here. Thank you, moderators, for moderating the chat during this coverage. Jake Tapper tweets out, not that you care, but he tweets out, "Thoughts and prayers to the people of St. Petersburg." That's from Jake Tapper on CNN. Gwen just sent me a Sputnik News update that says 9 killed and at least 20 injured, 9 killed. Do we have more numbers here? Now I'm seeing that we had reports before of a second bomb that was found but didn't explode. I'm seeing a report from MARQS, Marks, who I follow on Twitter, that info is being denied now. So there's still this question about whether there was another explosion, another bomb that was found unexploded or not. Oh, wow, hold on, let's see. I'm showing this, hold on. This is from RT. RT is showing like people's reports. RT is showing quotes from people, from witnesses. "I felt a strong thrust and smell of gunpowder. We reached the situation and stopped. People were getting out through broken windows and the subway workers were pulling people out. I'm shaking because of fear." This is from RT right now. That's their coverage. Maybe these are tweets. Now, again, RT is controlled by the Russian government. Just letting you know that. But that's RT's feed. Let's see what the new information is here. So Andrea O wrote into me that Wayne Dupree on his site posted a statement. I guess from, I can't tell. It looks like some ISIS supporters. But you can, if you want to see that, you can go to Wayne Dupree's Twitter page. Because Wayne blocked me for some reason I couldn't figure out, and I have no idea. And he blocked me, and I wasn't. My contact with Wayne is just I've interviewed him on Right Side Broadcasting, I think, twice, and he's been very pleasant. So let's see. So the death toll supposedly from this bomb attack has been revised down to 9 from 10. I'm seeing that being reported. Multiple sites now are reporting that the death toll revised from 10 to 9. Also, only one blast in the St. Petersburg metro happened between two stations. So that's being reported now, that only one blast instead of two. So information getting changed. In one blast, at least 9 killed, at least 25 injured. Reports of a second bomb. Okay, so I'm going to cover this for a few more minutes. The information is now slowed to a trickle. We'll be on later today because Sean Spicer is going to be making going to be doing a press briefing today. We'll be covering that. And maybe I'm guessing President Trump will say something at some point about this terror attack. So I will be back on later today to cover the Sean Spicer briefing, and I will be shaved at that point. And not have this. Somebody posted an interesting. This is from Reddit. Somebody posted this. They said St. Petersburg is gridlocked. The traffic. That's the traffic in St. Petersburg. It's really bad, obviously. Gwen, you're welcome for the coverage. Thank you for your links that you keep sending me. Let's see. Some unconfirmed reports are placing the death toll as high as 12. Are there more things here? Cold Meat Jelly wanted me to know about that. It was that Wayne Dupree had posted that ISIS released a celebration statement for St. Petersburg blast. I haven't seen it confirmed that this is from ISIS yet, but if you want to see that, you can go to Wayne Dupree's site, WayneDupree.com. Hector Anthem is saying a pic of the suspect has been released, but I'm not going to show you the pic yet because I haven't had this confirmed by anyone. But his Twitter is @Hector Anthem if you want to write him about that and get that picture. Thanks, Hector, for writing in. Is there any more here? Again, only one bomb confirmed right now. There were reports earlier of multiple explosions, but right now only one confirmed. Now, Daily Mail is saying now killing at least 12. I don't know where they're getting their numbers, but Daily Mail is saying killing at least 12. So that's the first report we've had of 12 dead. Oh, Suzanne, by the way, thank you so much for your donation. Suzanne just donated $10. Really appreciate it, Suzanne. Your donations keep us on the air. We can cover breaking news like that just because you guys donate. So really, thank you, Suzanne, for that. And Gwen, look, this might not be right. We see multiple. Gwen says Daily Mail is questionable, so I'm just giving you the news as I've seen it. But we've seen different numbers reported. So thank you, Suzanne, so much. By the way, moderators, I haven't had my eye on the chat the whole time. So if anyone else did donate during this broadcast and you want to let me know, I'm happy to give them a shout out on the air. I just haven't. The chat goes by very fast, and I can't see everything. So, but thank you, Suzanne, very much. All right, thank you. Norway says at 5:09 p.m. local time in St. Petersburg, the Russian authorities withdrew the terrorist conclusion according to NRK. It's unknown what this means. I mean, that could mean a lot of things. It could mean they have new information. They could be doing it for domestic consumption. It's hard to say. It's kind of weird to me, though, that they would... We had reports that people from the Russian government said it was terrorism. So to withdraw that seems odd. To come out with it and then withdraw it seems quite odd. But thank you, Norway, for letting us know that. Putin, I have a report here that says Putin says all reasons are being considered, all scenarios are possible, can't discount possibility of terror motive. I wonder if it's possible, Norway, also, that what they just said is we're not 100% sure yet. This report came in from Interfax. I'll show you this. This is from the. I don't know if it's true or not, but it says suspicious bags spotted in Crimea station of Moscow's Central Ring Line. Train and passengers evacuated. Now, it's also possible that, you know, after this happens, somebody sees a backpack in a Moscow station and they're like, oh my gosh, it might be another bomb, and maybe it's just nothing, but we'll see what happens. Now, also though, as I said before, if this was just a bomb that was placed, or there was a report that this was a backpack thrown onto the train, but if it wasn't a suicide bomb, or even if it was just like a bomb, you know, who knows? This could be something where they're planning more attacks in Russia or other countries with the same type of bombs. Remember the Boston Marathon bombers, they had other bombs like the ones they placed, and they were planning on placing them other places. So this might not be over yet in terms of these attacks. This is from Breaking 911, reported by AP. This is some news. Ready? Russian Anti-Terrorism Committee says it has found and deactivated a bomb at another St. Petersburg rail subway station. That would be big news if it's true. That seems to be some confirmation of us, although, you know, confirmation in quotes, of a second bomb that was found and deactivated. Although I remember in the Boston bombing, oh, thank you. Aaron says Fox News is saying the same thing. I remember in the Boston bombing, in the Boston Marathon bombing, they initially said that there were reports of that there were unexploded bombs, and it turns out that they weren't. Let's see. Yeah, we're getting this. Let's see. Only one confirmed explosion. Reports of a suspicious bag found in a Moscow. A Moscow subway station. Here's another photo I'll show you of the scene without bodies. So reports are that this explosion happened between stations. So the explosion happens, and then I guess the train pulled into the station and people got off. See if there's anything new here. According to somebody online, the two stations reported involved in this attack are that the two stations the train was between are Sennaya, Sennaya, Sanaya Plashad and Technologicheski Institute. Sanaya Plashad and Technologicheski Institute. Those two stations are the ones in between, reportedly, where this bomb went off. Okay, so this is from BNO News. We're now having another report of the second bomb being defused at a station. Wow. That's very significant. A second bomb was defused at the Plashad Vostanya metro station in St. Petersburg. Wow. According to BNO News. So that we have that update. This tweet comes in. There's this tweet I just saw. This was retweeted by this is Rukmini Calamachi, who writes for the New York Times, and she wrote, this is an interesting tweet. She writes, when I was in Mosul last month, colleagues found Russian documents inside former ISIS-held buildings, including bomb-making manuals. So that's from Rukmini Calamachi. I think somebody might have written me. Oh, wow. This is from, we got an email here from Joseph. This is Joseph. And he wrote me and said, hello, my name is Luna and I am from St. Petersburg. I was evacuated from metro station a bit ago. Lots of blood everywhere. The pillars are blown apart. I saw about 5 bodies on ground. Please send email if you need more information. That's from Joseph. So appreciate the email, Joseph. Sorry it took me a little while to get to it. That was like an hour ago. I'll just write back. That's from Luna, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm just replying to this person. We got another email here. No, I think we're good. All right. Do we have any more updates here, news-wise? Norway, you just wrote me. Yeah, according Norway sent me a link that says a self-made explosive device has been defused at another St. Petersburg metro station, Plashad Vostanya, Russia's National Anti-Terrorism Committee said. Is this the same stop as the other one? Let's see. I thought. Also, the photos taken. We have reports that the photos taken from that subway station of the blown-out car were from Technology Institute station. And a few of the outside photos are the area surrounding Sanaya Plashad station. So we are seeing multiple reports that a second bomb was found and disarmed at another subway stop in St. Petersburg. Wow, that's pretty significant. Now, it makes you wonder, though, does that mean multiple people placed the bombs, or was it one person who placed both bombs? Don't know. Don't know. Oh, now James Miller, he had an interesting tweet. He says, he makes a good point. Lots of reports of a second bomb removed. That's great news, and not just for obvious reasons. It's forensic evidence. So the point James Miller is making is that if you have this unexploded second bomb, that they can look at that. That might tell you something about who the bomb maker or bomb makers were. So that's a good point that James Miller makes. Just trying to get you any more information here. Any updates? What do we got? I'm just looking and I'm not seeing many more updates. There's a picture that just came out of people kind of milling around in this area with a bunch of fire trucks or ambulances, it looks like. We'll go for a couple more minutes here. I got to get to the office so I can get to work there. That latest news that came out that was important was that a second bomb unexploded was found and defused. So, all right, I think at this point, since the trickle of information is kind of slow, information is kind of slow to a trickle, I'm going to end our coverage now of this, for at least for now, because I need to get to the office. Appreciate you all watching. We will be on later today when we cover the Sean Spicer press briefing. Sorry. I woke up early to cover this, so I'm still a little tired. President Trump, if he speaks on this, we'll try to bring that to you. We'll report on it. And but the latest news is that there was this apparently a terrorist bombing in the St. Petersburg, Russia subway this morning. 1 explosion confirmed. We've seen 9 to 12 dead. We've seen 20 to 50 injured. Don't know much more than that. A second bomb actually was found in a different St. Petersburg subway station and was diffused. The explosion reportedly happened in a subway car between 2 stations. The bomb was filled with shrapnel and or nails. So that's what we know for now. We'll be back later today. Hope you join us for the Sean Spicer's press briefing coverage and the rest of our coverage today. Thank you all for watching the coverage. Appreciate you being here. And and thank you to the moderators very much for moderating. Thank you, Music World. You're welcome. Thank you, moderators. Really appreciate you moderating during this coverage. Before I go off, just making sure there's not any more updates here. And I'm just seeing this I'm seeing a little news about, I'm going to go do some research on this. So I just saw a couple reports about, just before we go off, this is just coming out. Susan Rice reportedly sought the names of Trump associates in Intel. White House lawyers last month discovered that the former National Security Advisor, Susan Rice, requested the identities of U.S. persons in raw intelligence reports on dozens of occasions that connected the Donald Trump administration. The pattern of Rice requests was discovered in National Security Review and Policy on Masking. So it seems that the story coming out this morning, I've seen a couple linked to this. The story coming out is that there's a pattern where Susan Rice repeatedly sought the identities of Trump associates in Intel reports. Let's see. So this, if you want to read this story, and multiple people are reporting this, I don't know what to make of this, but I think it's worth paying attention to. I'm going to go do some research on this. But if you go to Bloomberg.com, you'll see this story. This is where to go. I'm going to go do some reading on this rather than bore you watching me read. Sorry, here's the story. top Obama advisors sought names of Trump associates in Intel. That is on Bloomberg View. You can go Google it at Bloomberg.com and find it. And I'm going to go do some reading on this now, and maybe we can talk about it later. But for now, thank you all for joining us for our breaking news coverage of the St. Petersburg terror attack, or supposed terror attack, reported terror attack. And we'll see you later today at Right Side Broadcasting. I'm going to shave and head into the office now. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for moderating, all the moderators. Appreciate it. And we will see you all very soon. If you like our coverage here at Right Side Broadcasting, please do consider donating, because your donations do really allow us to stay on the air and keep bringing you coverage of news and an alternative to the mainstream media. Okay, thanks Rocky Mike. Thanks, Christine. Thanks, Norway. Thanks to everybody who wrote in. Also, really appreciate you all writing in with your links and helping me cover the news and sending me interesting information. Thanks, Sully's World. Thank you, KO. Thanks, Heart of Dixie. And all the rest of you. Thanks, Alan Reiser. Appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. And now, thanks, Hope with Peace. Everybody's saying thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Andrew. Before I get off, I'm saying thank you for you to say thank you. Thanks, Daniel. Hello to Brazil. Thanks, Steve Boshakis. Who else is out there saying thank you? Thank you, Norway. Appreciate your comments. Thanks, Marsh. I think that's an Asian person saying thank you in an Asian language, but I can't tell. Don't get a speeding ticket. I won't, Kimberly. Thanks. Thanks, Deanne. Thank you, Joe. Thanks, Susan. Thanks, B. Sly from Bangkok. Thanks, Brethren Ronnie. Thanks, Jimmy Dean. Thank you, Laura. I also will eat a bowl of cereal before I go into work because I'm hungry. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Beaver. Thank you, James. Thanks you, Jay Odom. All right. I'm getting off now. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you later today at Right Side Broadcasting. Have a great day. I'll see you later on. Thanks for joining me for the live coverage.